Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's the Historical Gamer once again, and today I am looking at Storm Powered Studios game Jutland, or otherwise known as the Battle of Skagerrak, which was the largest naval battle in history. Well, not in history, but probably the greatest surface action in history. Certainly the greatest clash between dreadnoughts in history. But anyway, that's not really the point of this video. Today does mark the 100th anniversary of the battle, which saw 99 German warships, 16 battleships, and 5 battle cruisers face off against 28 British battleships and 9 battle cruisers, in which the British lost over 6,000 men killed to the German 2,500. Nonetheless, it's widely regarded as a strategic British victory. Anyway, that's not really why I'm here today. It was 100 years ago today, but really the point of this video is to look at my plans for June. I know I haven't been very active lately, and I apologize for that. Life's been crazy, but I do intend to become more active in the month of June. I've actually got a couple of things lined up already. I may look at Distant Guns Jutland in a little bit more detail. That's the game that you're seeing on the screen right here. This is, I want to say it's 4 or 5 years old, maybe older than that. But my plans that I have more or less concrete for the month of June. I've got a couple of items I want to do. I want to do a book review of the book Duty, which is the memoir of Robert Gates, who was the Secretary of Defense that George W. Bush replaced Cheney with, and then President Barack Obama asked him to stay on for the first 2 years of his presidency as well. A man who was the Secretary of Defense as the Iraqi surge, the operation where the U.S. increased its troop commitment to Iraq in an effort to save the situation there. And then he was also overseeing the campaign against Afghanistan. He was still Secretary of Defense when Osama bin Laden was killed. It's just a really interesting memoir that's written by Robert Gates, who is an interesting figure, considers himself conservative, considers himself largely a Republican, but much more in the old school way. His Republicanism would probably be more closely aligned with someone like Eisenhower or Bush Sr. But anyway, that's not the point. I intend to do a book review of his memoir some point during the month of June. In addition to that, I'd also like to do a book review of the book I've mentioned a few times on here, German Battle Cruisers of World War I, by Gary Staff, which is a 300-plus page book that looks at the German battle cruisers of World War I, provides their full service history, has some amazing graphs, some 3D renderings of the ships, and just a very detailed look at the German Navy's battle cruisers during World War I. In addition to that, I've got a 3 or 4 part series, which is an interview of my father, who was in the United States Army, National Guard, and Army Reserve from 1954 until 1989. He had a pretty extensive career, rose from the ranks of an enlisted man in the Guard to becoming a commissioned officer, and when he retired in 1989, he was a full bird colonel. I did an interview with him. He passed away last year, and I had wanted to do this for a while, but I wasn't quite sure how I felt about putting it up. But I did an interview about 8 or 9 years ago when I was still in college. I was I want to say a freshman at the time. And I did an interview of him for a class which was putting together interviews of veterans to put them in the Veterans History Project, which is a project by the Library of Congress which takes service records, interviews, and other factoids about various different service members. Anyone really, any veteran can be included in it, and makes it available to the public. And I did this for a project in college, and it's an interesting interview. It's almost 2 hours long, so I'd probably break the episode or the interview up into 3 or 4 episodes on my YouTube channel. I'd probably throw some gameplay over it. I'm not sure what I'd use yet. I'm kind of debating on whether it makes sense to just use some footage that I have laying around for Order of Battle Pacific, or if maybe that's not really a great game to just kind of listen to something totally off topic, not about the game at all, and maybe pick something a little bit more I don't know, eye candy wise, if that's the right way. I was thinking about maybe the Arma 3 mod that looks at Vietnam. My father served there. Or I was even thinking about just kind of the game Vietnam 1965. I know it's a turn-based game, but I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do video-wise, but I am going to do that interview, so that'll be about 4 episodes there. The 2 book interviews, or 2 book reviews, will be another 2 episodes, so that's 6 right up front. I'm intending to do something kind of every other day, so I'd probably post something, for example, on the 1st, and then another thing would come up on the 3rd, and then another thing would come up on the 5th. I'm thinking probably the first video of the month of June will come out actually on the 2nd, and it'll be on even days in the month. As far as anything else that I'm looking at doing, I do want to cover Hearts of Iron 4's release, which is, I want to say, June 6th, in conjunction with the D-Day anniversary, so I'll probably do at least 1 video as sort of an impressions of Hearts of Iron, maybe a few more, maybe turn it into a Let's Play series. I haven't done a ton of actually, I don't think I've done any Hearts of Iron in the past. It's a series that I've never really put too much time into, but I get a lot of feedback from viewers saying that I should make a series out of it, so that'll at the very least be a 7th or 8th, or maybe more episode in the month. And then also, I'm just trying to look through other games. I may look at some Scourge of War stuff as the month goes on, kind of in conjunction with the anniversary of the Battle of Waterloo, which is coming up, the 101st or the 201st. But really, those are kind of the initial 7 videos that I've got lined up for the month of June. Probably the 4 interviews of my father, the 2 book reviews, and then the 1 Let's Play for Hearts of Iron. And if we do every other day, that'll get us 14 days, so that'll get us all the way out to the 16th of June. I've got 4 of those videos already lined up as far as my father, just concerning what gameplay footage to use. But basically that means I'll have some footage for a while out, and hopefully my hope is if I can get these 4 videos running, that buys me 8 days, buys me some time. I've already read these books, so then I kind of have a head start there. So hopefully I can get ahead of the game, where I don't have to be making content every day, and I can kind of use that buffer so I can keep a constant stream of ideally quality content coming out to you guys that you guys can view on a regular basis, in a much more regular basis than I've been doing lately. I certainly don't want to be going weeks without any content. Ideally, I think the ideal sweet spot for my channel is a video every other day. But we'll see how it shakes out. I'm hoping I can leverage that and kind of get things going in the right direction. As I said here, the game that you're looking at right now is Distant Gun's Jutland by Storm Powered Studios. And it's an old simulator of the Battle of Jutland. Also allows you to simulate the entire 1915-16 naval campaign in the North Atlantic. It has a campaign version. It also has the first game in the series was looking at the Russo-Japanese War. It's got a little bit of a frustrating interface, but if I can ever figure things out, right now I'm actually just kind of showing you footage, but it's the computer fighting the computer. If I can ever figure things out where I can become a competent player of the game, I may show more footage of it as well. Anyway, guys, that's what I'm planning. The 4 interview videos, the 2 book reviews, and then the Hearts of Iron, at least 1 video, maybe a series. If there's anything else that you guys would like to see in the next month or 2, please let me know. If there's any games coming out that you really want me to cover, please let me know. I certainly am interested in doing more content. I just don't have a ton of time to put a video out every day, but I'm hoping that I can use some of the stuff I already have in the can to try and help me get ahead of the game and be able to create quality content and stuff that you guys enjoy watching. I enjoy talking about history and kind of thinking about going back to something Civil War, since I know a lot about that. But we'll see. Right now I'm reading a book. I may actually do another book review on Masters of the Air, which is a book about the World War II bombing campaign by the Americans against the Germans, and that's been an interesting read so far. Only through the first 2 chapters, but that may be another book review that I throw on kind of later into the month, and then give you another book review there. I'm not trying to do too many book reviews, but I do think, especially given a lot of the historical discussion that goes on, you guys may enjoy a few more book reviews than I currently do. And that's been the general feedback that I've gotten from you guys. Anyway, guys, that's about 10 minutes of me not ranting, but me rambling about kind of the plan for the channel in the month. I hope you all had a nice Memorial Day weekend for those of you in the States. until next time, guys, thanks for watching. And this is the Historical Gamer signing out.